It is so wild to me that Nacho is already 4 years old, but here we are. So we started his day of celebrating by letting him go wherever he wanted to go on his morning walk and sniff whatever he wanted to sniff, like this whole thing that he found. He had a lot of really interesting sniffs today because I let him just direct me wherever he wanted to go. I feel like he was a little braver than usual, exploring things he might not normally explore with his sort of newfound freedom that he had this morning. And then within moments of having his feet washed, he trampled all over my yoga mat and insisted that we play fetch instead of Pilates, which is fine. And then I chopped up some pork and I seasoned with oregano. I popped it in the dehydrator. I put it for 6 hours, but actually only cooked it for 4. And then I made his favorite breakfast, which of course is lamb, carrots, rice, and sweet potato. Then I got to work on his cake. So this is not delicious for people. I did try it. It's not terrible. He absolutely loved it. So into the oven it went, and he just camped out and kind of watched it baking the whole time. Then we went out for an afternoon walk. This walk was way more tame. I still let him do whatever he wanted, but mostly what he wanted to do was just kind of people watch. He did bump into some of his friends on this walk, which often keeps him wanting to stay on like the main street, which is fine because this is Nacho's day. We do whatever he wants to do. Then his treats are ready around the time we came home, so we got to sample one, and he absolutely loved it as usual. And then I filled up his puzzle for later. This is one of 2 puzzles he has. He has had this one for 3 years. We got it on his first birthday. You can see he's kind of destroyed it a little bit, but that absolutely has no effect on, what a great enrichment toy it is, even if he has kind of roughed it up a bit. He still loves playing with it, and we love watching him play with it. Then once I was done that, I got his little painting activity ready, which you'll see him do in just a minute. All you really need is a canvas, some paint, a giant Ziploc bag, and whatever kind of spreadable treat he likes on top. Then of course, we all gathered around his cake with candles, and we obnoxiously sang happy birthday to him. I think he's used to it at this point because we do it every year. There are 5 candles on the cake because 1, of course, is for good luck. Chris always helps him to blow it out because he does not understand. And then I cut him a teeny weeny piece. I think he would have gone for it immediately, but his treat puzzle is right next to him and he can smell the dehydrated pork in there. So he was gonna go for that first, but then we cut it up and he really liked this cake. I frosted it with peanut butter, obviously. What else would you frost a dog's cake with, right? But he really enjoyed it. He only got 1 piece that night because he had so many treats that day. And then here he is doing his painting. So it's in the bag and he is not actually touching the paint, but his snoot and his tongue are sort of smushing the paint down onto the canvas. It's a really fun way to kind of make a silly keepsake from your dog. I just wish I had seen this idea sooner. I wish I could remember who it was so I could give them credit. I just came across it on Pinterest, but I am going to continue doing this for birthdays and Christmas because it is so cute and fun to hang it up later. And then of course we got to dive into his treat puzzle. And the weird thing about this particular evening is that he hardly used his hands at all. Usually he gets right in there with his claws and he kind of picks it up and flips it over and stuff. But this particular evening, he used his face almost exclusively. He did eventually get everything out, which was great. But yeah, he didn't use his hands much. Then finally, it was time for Nacho to open his gifts. Yes, I used Paw Patrol paper. I thought it was just the most fitting. This is a highlight for us to watch him open his gifts because he's gotten so much better at it now than he used to be. He really gets in there with his paws and kind of shreds the paper. He never tries to eat it anymore, so it's really fun to watch him do it. He got 3 gifts this year. He got this baby Grogu Mando bone, and then he also got another one of these crinkle body, squeaky head, rope arm kind of guys. He got a teddy bear. This time he has a few other versions. But I think the highlight for him was getting a replacement squirrel. So he got a squirrel exactly like this at Christmas, and usually he shreds his toys within a few weeks to a month. This squirrel lasted forever. He takes it with him to the bathroom for bath time. He takes it with him to bed. Like, he loves this thing, but he finally destroyed it just about a week ago. So he was very happy to get a replacement. And that was Nacho's birthday. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.